the dealer or exhibitor hall, the artist's alley. Most conventions offer booths for both of these options. As artist, you may not always get a spot in the artist alley. Is getting a spot in the dealer hall instead worth it? Can it be even better than a spot in the artist alley, making it more worthwhile to invest in a space here instead of in one at the artist alley? Hi, here's May, and today I want to share my experiences and insights on exhibiting in the dealer hall versus the artist alley using my time at Dokomi as a prime example. We'll explore the differences, challenges, and benefits of each setup so you can decide which one might be best for your next convention. What you'll see alongside this will be the full screen recorded process of drawing a Genshin Impact character, which I also sold as sticker at convention events. Let's start. My journey in the convention scene began with a lot of excitement and a bit of confusion. I knew I wanted to showcase my art, but I wasn't sure where to start. Dokomi was my first major convention, and I had the opportunity to experience both the dealer hall and the artist alley, since as artist you can apply for both these options through the convention site. Let's start with the dealer hall. The dealer hall is typically where you'll find larger vendors and more commercialized booths. It's often located in the prime areas of the convention center, drawing a lot of foot traffic. My booth in the dealer hall was an exciting opportunity to reach a wide audience, but it also came with higher expectations and not as many people interested in artists overall. One of the first things I noticed was the professional atmosphere. The booths were larger and the vendors often had more elaborate setups. This meant that my booth had to stand out amid the competition. I focused on creating a visually appealing display using height by hanging up prints and a bigger banner using storage cubes. In contrast, the artist alley has a more intimate and community-driven feel. The booths are smaller and closer together, which creates a cozy atmosphere. This area is dedicated to independent artists, illustrators, and crafters, offering a diverse range of unique and handmade items. Setting up in the artist alley would be a different experience from the dealer hall. While I myself only have gotten to exhibit in the dealer hall at Dokomi, I visited the artist alley in that year and the year before and was able to see some differences from this. Additionally, I got to exhibit at a small artist alley event at my university with just around 30 artists, which serves as a heavy contrast, but to me it signified the differences even more. The smaller space you tend to have in the artist alley means you have to be more strategic with your layout. Using storage cubes and compact displays to maximize the area is smart. The close proximity to other artists also encourages more interaction and collaboration. It feels more like being part of a supportive community where everyone shares a passion for creativity. Both the dealer hall and artist alley had their own set of challenges. Here are some of the key issues I faced in each area. The professional and commercial booths meant I had to work harder to attract attention and stand out. I also didn't have as much space, and it was difficult for me to stand out as I was sharing a booth with another artist, meaning I had a 1.5 meter wide booth space, which for Dokomi is 30 centimeters smaller than for the regular tables at Artist Alley. Additionally, everything was built high up around me, so you would only be able to see my booth when walking in front of it. The restrictions for artists were to build 2.5 meters high, and my neighbors as well as me did this. Some exhibitors also built their booths higher in this hall though. The next challenge would be a more theoretical one since, as I mentioned, I didn't have that much booth space, but this would be if you get a larger booth because you are in the dealer hall. Here I would mention that managing a larger booth space requires more inventory and a more elaborate setup. Booth fees in the dealer hall were significantly higher, adding to the overall expense. A smaller booth size here means you have to be very efficient with your layout and inventory. Something that's a bit funny, I guess, is that for the artist alley at my university I had more space than for Dokomi, which would be around 2 meters of width actually, kinda contradictory to what I'm mentioning. Being surrounded by many other artist booths sometimes made it harder for visitors to spot your booth. I especially noticed this when walking around the artist alley at Dokomi myself. After some time it can kind of be too much to handle, meaning you have too many different impressions. This makes it more difficult to distinguish artists and pay attention to their unique art. Instead of walking through the entire artist alley on one day, I for example walked through half of it on one day and through the other half on the second day, as after seeing half of the artists I felt like my brain wasn't able to clearly look at the artists anymore. It's not every day that you see more than 300 artists at once, unless you spend a lot of time on social media maybe. After all, this shows how important it can be to stand out. The close proximity to other artists and constant interaction can be overwhelming at times. This depends on how social you are and how much you like interacting with people, so this could either be really nice since you are meeting many new artists, or as mentioned, it can be challenging. Meeting many people can be a general challenge you'll face at conventions since it's a very social event. Both the dealer hall and artist alley offer unique experiences and opportunities. The dealer hall is great for reaching a broad audience and creating a professional presence, but it comes with higher costs. It can also be your only way to exhibit in case you don't get picked for the artist alley, which was the case for me with Dokomi. In case you're interested in hearing more about this, I talked about it in a past video about applying for artist alleys. On the other hand, the artist alley is perfect for building connections, sharing unique creations, and being part of a supportive community, though it requires efficient use of space and standing out can be more difficult. Ultimately, the choice between the dealer hall and artist alley depends on your goals, budget, and what kind of experience you're looking for. If you want to make sure you get a booth and that it's a bigger one, the dealer hall might be your best bet. If you prefer a more personal and community-focused approach, the artist alley could be the way to go. Here are some actionable steps to help you decide between the dealer hall and artist alley for your next convention. Determine what you want to achieve from the convention. Are you looking to make a big commercial impact or connect with a niche audience? Factor in the costs of booth fees, materials, and inventory. The dealer hall usually has higher fees, so plan accordingly. Sketch out your booth layout and make a list of the materials you'll need. Whether in the dealer hall or artist alley, a well-planned setup is crucial. Use storage cubes, shelves, and compact displays to make the most of your booth area, especially in the artist alley. No matter where you are, interacting with visitors is key. Be approachable, friendly, and ready to talk about your art. Take the opportunity to connect with fellow artists and vendors. Sharing experiences and tips can be incredibly valuable. Be prepared to adapt your plans based on the event's layout, foot traffic, and other factors. Exhibiting at conventions, whether in the dealer hall or artist alley, is a rewarding experience filled with opportunities for growth and connection. I hope my experiences and tips help you navigate your own journey. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like and subscribe for more art-related videos. I'd love to hear about your own experiences, so leave a comment below. You can also let me know what you think about this illustration of Xiao from Genshin Impact. You can find this illustration as well as some other Genshin Impact characters in sticker form on my shop. On my Patreon, you'll be able to find some full resolution images of my art as well as time lapses and full screen recorded process videos. Feel free to check it out if you're interested. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and bye.